hard, you guys.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Today we're in the bathtub. Hi, my name is Rebecca Cochin. Welcome to Total REK. This is my co-host, Brandon Alexander. And with you live today, gorgeous as always, my fellow stand-up comedian, Davina Joy. Yay!
Hey, Davina.
Yay! Thanks for coming by. Ooh, there's some great publicity shots of us kneeling in support of Take a Knee that you can find online at some point in the near future. Also a boomerang and things like that. We're here to discuss all kinds of topics, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All kinds of topics, pretty
All
much.
kinds. Hopefully my favorite comes up.
Which one?
Nudity!
Nudity!
Yay!
Davina Joy is very comfortable being nude, obviously, which is great. Not in a sexual way, just in a pro-feminist open.
Think about it. We're all naked underneath all of our clothes anyway.
Well, I had a friend of mine
That's so true.
that said we get dressed, we don't get naked, you know, we are naked. So that is like the whole thing that vibrated with me and aligned with me that aligned with me that I'm just like, yeah, we are all nude. I've always felt that. I don't know why people have to attach being naked with sex.
Well, and because we're Americans, that's why also Americans are really, really weird about sex. But you're going to talk about this and more on your podcast, which is called
Naked and Serious.
Naked and Serious, in which she is going to be actually fully naked, not like she's here, serious as well, but also funny.
With guests. My guests are naked too, so tune in.
So tune in.
But for now
we're here talking about life in Hollywood. We all work in Hollywood, live in Hollywood, work in the entertainment industry. Tell me, Davina, as a stand-up comic, what's the worst part about living in Hollywood?
I
get
feel
as graphic as possible.
So the viewers have a really good idea just how awful it is out here.
Right now, the fucking gentrification is the worst part of
That's
living
what's
in
bringing
Hollywood.
you down. Well,
that
yeah,
is what's
Hollywood,
bringing
right?
me down.
No, I know.
It's
Hollywood's changing a lot.
It's changing a lot, and it's just insufferable. We're already artists, and we're already like at this minimal scale of like sweat and blood and putting everything we have into like being able to be here, and then it's just like
the housing market.
Build these condos that are $1.5 million for rich people and fuck everybody around them.
They're
like,
trying to do what happened to San Francisco and pushed all the working class people out of the
had
city.
friends who have been bought out of where they were living and been forced to move because they're going to be building there, and it's just ridiculous.
Well, even those big iconic like bars and things that have been here for years, and now like they can't afford rent anymore.
I'm
so
so sad House of Blues is gone. I
know, we were just talking about that.
It. My heart is still like, when you went into that venue, you could just feel the life and like what that meant, and to know that got taken down so they can build like hotel or condos or some
Right.
I hate people.
It's ridiculous. A 1-bedroom apartment in this neighborhood is $2,600, which is fucking
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
but I really try not. I mean, if we focus on what is negative, then I would kill myself probably within the next couple years of being in California. I think.
Please don't.
Well,
That would be terrible.
I'm not going to, in hopes, because I focus on what's positive, and really Hollywood has a lot of like the comedy mics around, like things are local and they're easy to get to, and parking sucks, but there's things that you can carpool with friends. Like, I mean, we're really lucky to be in Hollywood. Like, it's crazy when I see the Hollywood sign like 6.5 years later. I'm like,
me too.
I grew up in Virginia, and I didn't.
I see it so often, I sometimes forget it's there. So when I randomly see it, like going somewhere, I was like, oh wait,
It's the Hollywood sign.
Hollywood.
Me too. I've lived here for a long time, for over 15 years, which is weird because I'm only 18. I moved here super young. I was super young when I got into
cute little thing, making decisions.
But yeah, every time I see the Hollywood sign, I'm still like, wow, that is pretty fun.
Like, this is where like people create like the energy of the place. If you focus on what is positive, because it's so easy to be falling into like the flaky, people are the best in Hollywood, but they're also the worst in Hollywood. And people come from other places. You're like, you're probably cool, and then you're like, oh, you've taken on a Hollywood vibe in 3 months. Cool.
People when they move to LA feel like they have to put on this like LA vibe that we see on TV shows and in movies.
There's just a lot of opportunists that you're like, if you understood that actually just being a good person is going to bring you more opportunities and like better things, then I'm going to talk to you right now because you just mentioned a name. What? Oh, I've got to talk to this person over here because they just mentioned a name. Like,
which is so many people.
Nobody's going to fucking help you. Like, they can sense it. There's a desperation. There's like, I used to be a topless dancer, surprise. And when I went in being like, I gotta make a lot of money tonight because I've been fucking slacking.
Yeah.
You don't get any dances. Like, people can tell, and they trip on that power of trying to kind of being like, fuck you, we're not gonna get dances. But when I go in like, I'm good, everything's good, I leave with so much money. Like, there's just we control what we create so much by how we think. And so it's so easy to be negative in LA and in Hollywood, but I'm just like, I've worked a lot on just being like, what can I focus on that's not gonna make me die?
Right, it's gonna make you happy, make you feel fulfilled and all of that.
Yeah,
right?
And just feels good. Like, we get addicted to feeling bad. It's
and
crazy.
people in LA, right, like everyone's depressed in LA and trying to find, well, that's because we're all like comics and writers and everyone.
Well, and if you're the victim, then you're not responsible and you're not accountable.
Exactly.
Like,
you're waiting for
everything's
someone to
happening
rescue
to
you.
Yes.
Right.
Where's
Definitely.
that? I'm serving. Where's the producer that goes, that girl? Like, it's not
Because
happening.
everyone thinks
bitch.
that's what's, everyone thinks that like someo's gonna see you walking down the street and like that's how it happens. You know?
And they all think they're so special, which we are, but like, if you really, the people that aren't hitting like success really don't believe on a subconscious level they deserve it. And that's the biggest thing, is that like, until you believe you are worthy and deserving of everything you want, it can't come to you. And you might say that you are, but subconsciously when someone says like, you're gonna book that, and your gut goes, no you're not, you piece of shit, like subconsciously.
It's got so deep, you guys.
You don't believe
so
it.
deep.
So, oh, sorry, I do that.
No, this is
I'm
good.
very-
People, this is some real Hollywood stuff right here.
Yeah, living
Well,
in a
it's
bathtub.
like, love yourself. Like, I've dedicated myself to meditating. Today was day 181.
Really? Good
Yeah.
for you.
And
I need to start meditating.
people are
I was
like,
like
I can't even
before.
spend 5 minutes with myself. And I'm like, then nobody fucking else wants to spend 5 minutes with you.
Zoiks, true.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, like, learn to love yourself and success will come.
Yeah, in the words of the great RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen.
And plenty more men.
And plenty more men.
Yeah, I want more men.
And I think there's also like a level of what is success. Like, everyone wants to be successful, but it's like, okay, what do you find is successful? Like, just being a working writer, or do you want to be a mega huge writer selling books and shows and everything?
Right.
Like, at one point, when have you made it in your head?
Right.
And when
Because-
it's a happiness, I feel
Yeah.
like if you start being like, I want to be a writer, and then 3 books in, every time you have to sit down and write, you're like, I'd rather put daggers in my eyes, like, then there's something else that you need to do now.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
Like, a lot of people feel like, because they claimed I'm a comedian or I'm an actor, like, I have to keep chasing this because I told everybody this is what I want, but there might be another piece of them that actually would bring them more success and happiness, and then they could hobby this and probably become more successful in the hobby of this because they let go of the resistant energy of being in it, you know?
All right. Whew. Whew.
Right?
Sorry.
Yes.
All right.
These are the combos I tried to have. Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know what, I'm
Who
glad-
knew this was going to be like such an intense topless conversation for my first guest? I mean, give me
Make it
a break.
serious.
And you know,
That's all
we're in
I
a
can
good, relaxing space now. We can already soak. And
Her show is called Naked and Serious, and I don't know if you've noticed, but she's naked and she is
She's
super
real
fucking
serious.
I hope it's like a fun series, but I know when people hear spiritual
It is.
people, they're like, and I get it. I want to kill some people too sometimes, but like, there's something in it if it vibes with you, you know?
I think you're a good egg to be enjoyed. How are you so comfortable being naked? How are you? Have you always been this comfortable being naked?
Yeah, dude.
Since
like-
just forever?
when you like came out as the baby, and like, you know what? I'll stick with this.
I
How
mean,
did
yeah,
how did you
I
manage
say.
to like not get society to make you feel bad for being a woman?
Because
And
if
like,
my
how did you get
parents
past
can't
that?
make me feel bad, who the fuck else matters? You know, like in my mind, all my dolls were naked and on top of each other. My mom's a virgin till marriage, and she got married at 27. She's only ever been with my dad. She hates this part of who I am as a person, but the second I had these, I showed them to people. Like, I would flash people. I'd be driving in Virginia on the way to school at a Catholic fucking school and be like, "Rah!" Like, I'm a ridiculous human being.
Wow, I love that.
But I remember always being sexual. Like, I am very sexual, but my nudity and my sexuality are not
separate.
the same thing. Yeah, like, just because I'm nude doesn't mean I'm like, we gotta fuck, you know?
Now, do you go to like, do you belong to like a nudist club or go to like nudist events and stuff like that?
No, I just bring it wherever I go. I'm like, is everybody okay with me?
She brings the party wherever she goes.
Now, are there like nudist activities or Groupons or
nude Groupons?
Yeah.
You know.
I assume, like, you know,
There are people
is there
who
a
wanna,
nude
like,
farmers market
Play
or
extreme
anything?
frisbee naked, or
Yeah.
There should definitely be a website for like nudists if there isn't. But
Well,
that's the thing is I don't actually
make it
like
serious.
seek it. I just make my life be where I'm at, like happy in what I'm doing. I'm not out there trying to like. I love to connect to people. There was a house in Arizona before I moved here that we called Carolot Farms, and all of us used to hang out, my spiritual like group of family. And then one time we went to Hot Springs, and from that moment when we were all naked together, when we got back to Carolot Farms, like from the door to the kitchen, my clothes were always off, and I'd like come in and they'd be like, "Oh, we have guests over. This is Davina," and she just takes her clothes off.
which I think is really cool, because how many people and like how many American women can say that they feel as comfortable just being naked
I
in
feel
front of
like
people
a
and also
lot
say
more,
that-
but they think of society. And so for me, I think I was telling you earlier, I remember being about 12, right around puberty age, and kind of looking in the mirror. And I'd gone through the stages of like making myself throw up, like doing the things that you're like supposed to do. It's like an American woman who's young.
Right.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean,
that's
really,
sick.
like, it's sick.
what
It's
you
totally
go
fucking
through
sick,
in
right.
childhood. And I was like, I'm either going to accept that this is who I am, or I'm going to fight it. And like, I just want to be naked with people all the time. So I think I'm an acceptance.
There you go, world. Are you listening to this? She wants to be
Yeah.
naked with people all the
Just
time.
accept yourself. And I feel like some people are going to say, well, it's easy because like you're little, you know, and I do come from like smaller genes. I'm the United
Oh, I see what you
Nations.
mean. Okay.
Like people will look at it and be like, well, what did you have to? But that doesn't mean my mental state accepted this to be beautiful or accepted this to be right, or like, you know, people look at skinny people or models and say, well, it's easy for you. No, you're not in that fucking
Well, I'm sure you know
mentality.
lots of. I mean, we live in LA. Lots of models hate their bodies and are some of the most insecure people I've ever met.
Absolutely.
You know,
Well,
it
even
really
on
is.
that note, how would, like, let's say someone doesn't like, I'd love to be naked, but I don't quite feel so great about myself. How do you
Right.
get yourself in that mindset to just like, all right, I'm gonna let the puppies out today?
Right, because everyone's always like, I'm having a fat day, I'm
Yeah.
bloated, or
I
you know
mean,
what I mean?
I wish we had more places where we had like naked beaches and stuff, because when you go to a place like that, keeping your clothes on, like you're the oddball.
But
You know,
aren't there
you
like
look weird.
creepos who are there that are
Sure,
like?
but there's creepos when I walk to the fucking grocery store in full pajamas. Like that's the thing is
True
that
that,
like,
true that.
and those creepos want to see me naked. The ones that are seeing you naked are probably the scarier ones, because they're like, I feel like a lot of the heavy energy that happens that feeds into like rape and assault and things are because everything's so about cover up. It's yours, it's so special. Yes, you're special, but she has a vagina and I have a vagina and you guys have dicks and they look somewhat different.
I rarely get
What
to
if
take
your
mine
head
out, but
just exploded when I said that?
Wait,
You have a
Okay.
vagina?
keep going.
is that what that is down there? I just thought I had a long butthole.
You're an idiot. I love you so much.
So that's what that other hole is.
But
I
there's
see.
so much, like, you go to other countries and they're more in acceptance, and I'm not saying that assault and rape doesn't exist there.
Sure.
But I bet statistically, if I ever cared to do research on anything, this is just an energy feeling. I bet, like,
This is not the best
there's-
research or energy.
Yeah.
Well, I've just found if you just state the numbers, people don't question. 73%.
Based on how I feel, I'll
I'm
tell
gonna-
you that.
And I'm tuned into the center of the universe's energy, so this is probably quite on point.
This is not
I've been
statistically
meditating for
accurate,
181 days, but don't take anything I say as true.
Just walk
Okay.
around with a pie chart.
I
Like, you always go on it. I just point to it. Everyone's like, yes, colors.
Well,
and
that is a
shit.
pie chart. I
Yeah.
mean, she's really.
She's got a
must.
pie chart, guys.
She must know what she's
Yeah.
No one
talking
would
about.
ever question it, too.
I just feel that once you take the power is the secretiveness, and if you take that power away, then it changes an aspect of it. I'm not saying it won't exist. I'm not saying there aren't still fucking mental cases that like
Well, there's
feel
an
like they
exception to
need that.
everything,
There's an
yeah.
exception to everything, but I think it would decrease an insane amount because it, like, yeah, guys get a hard on the second they see someone they're attracted to naked because they're like never see anyone naked. Like the more you see it, the less you're gonna react, and then when you do react, it'll mean something.
Well, and it's so,
You
but I mean,
know?
it's so much bigger than just that. It has to do with cultural things. I
Totally.
mean, global issue. Like, there's a million issues going into that. But
Maybe I just want things to be so simple. I just want life to be way more simple than we're making it, y'all.
Well, I think it's also that thing, like you said,
Goodness.
everyone's special. So if like literally everyone in the world is special, it's just like, all right, how different is it really then?
Yeah, it really, I mean, and you know, you have the body you have, not to say if you can change it and like get more comfortable in it, like I support that highly, but if that's not something you're going to do, accept yourself. Like every day you wake up hating who you are and going to bed hating who you are. God, the heaven.
and so
I've
many
been
people
there.
in LA do that. You know what I
And
mean?
I've been that person. Like I'm
Me
not
too.
coming from a place where I'm like, I've always been fun. Like I have always come out as fun, but like at the end of the day, I've been like, what the fuck is life about? And I've been heavy, and I'm just like, but I can choose this and like smile and
Yes.
laugh and have fun all the time. Why am I doing?
This is a
Exactly.
good. You're bringing wisdom to this show. You're bringing happiness. You're bringing boobs. You're bringing so much to this show.
Boobs I'm not allowed to show.
Boobs
like
you're
I
not
wanted
allowed to
that.
show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we gotta go.
We gotta start wrapping this up. The water's starting to get chilly. But thank you so much for tuning in to Total REK. There's a lot more where this came from. There's gonna be content all up in this bitch. Davina, please tell our viewers where they can find you, where they can follow you.
On my personal Instagram is at the smallest fat girl, which I might get shit for. I don't know. And then I love food. Naked and Serious is at Naked and Serious on Twitter, on Instagram. We'll have a YouTube channel. It's in pre-production, so soon.
My good sir, Brandon Alexander, where can our followers follow you?
That's a great question. I think my Twitter, no, my Instagram. I use that one. I don't know how the other stuff works. Alexander, I.
Thank you.
That's it. I keep it short. Yeah.
There you
At
go.
Alexander,
I'm Rebecca Cochin. Be sure to subscribe to Golden Artist Entertainment website. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Rebecca Cochin, REBEKAHKOCHAN. Mwah! We
Yeah.
love you.
We love
See
you.
you soon.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming on to the
I
show.
love
You're
you.
amazing.
I love you.
And you're amazing too.
All right.
Thank you for being here.
So fun.
Yay!